the announcement of the new expansion for AoE 2DE, Dynasties of India, 3 new civilizations are getting into the game, as well as the old Indians, which are now getting an overhaul. In this video, we'll look at the possible way to play one of the new civilizations, the Gurjaras. The Gurjaras are described as a cavalry and camel civilization, and this one is an interesting one to think about. Let's start with the bonuses. They start with 2 forage bushes, and livestock can be garrisoned to produce food. Now, there is a lot of unknowns here to give off a definitive answer. How much sheep can you put into a mill at once? How much food will they produce? I imagine the build orders won't change that much. You will still have to put the first few villagers onto sheep to keep up the villager production, but once you find a boar, maybe you should consider saving the rest of the sheep. If we can assume that 1 sheep will produce a third of what a normal villager would, it can be reasonable to start your berries a bit earlier. The sheep will compensate for the slower gather rate and bring you food long term. This brings an interesting potential to any Dark Age, especially on maps like Land Nomad, where you can find up to 20 sheep if you are lucky enough. Another idea might be to have your teammates donate 1 or more of their sheep to you, but that really depends on how strong this bonus really is. Their third bonus lets their dogs garrison with fishing ships, which can be a very useful way to buy some time before your navy gets back. But I feel like in most cases it will just delay the inevitable, since the fishing ships have nowhere to run and are just sitting ducks. In their last bonus, mounted units deal plus 50% bonus damage. We need to pay attention to the wording here. The units don't deal extra 50% damage to everyone, but deal more to the units they already counter. So a camel rider, instead of dealing 5 damage to the knight, will now deal 7 to 8 bonus damage. This push toward camels as their main cavalry unit is also supported by their unique technology Frontier Guards, giving their plus 4 melee armor and basically doubling their normal protection. And their team bonus letting them create their camel and elephant units 25% faster. Their other unique technology decreases the food cost of military units by 25%. Bonuses like these usually do not come without trade-offs though, and this is really visible in their tech tree. There is no Arbalister, no champion, and not even a pikeman, while missing their blast furnace as well. As we can see, the Civ is all about the stable. That becomes even more obvious when we notice that they get another unique unit, the Shrivamsha. This unit is said to be a light cavalry unit which can dodge range attacks. Now, reading this has left me a bit worried, as this screams random RNG dodging, which can lead to some frustrating situations where a unit dodges way too many arrows in a row. That said, we have no idea how this is going to be implemented, so we will have to see. The usefulness and gameplay of this unit depends a lot about the gold cost, which is yet unknown to us. Something worth mentioning is their castle unique unit, the Chakram Thrower, which is an infantry range unit that seems to bounce their attacks off enemies. I imagine this will be a variation of the French throwing axeman with less damage and HP. Great support unit for the cavalry to clean any halberdier, especially in the late game. Overall, this Civ is all about the stable. You'll have some super cheap light cavalry with a bit of unknown thrown in there by the Shrivamsha. Their military core will be the camels, supported by the Chakram Throwers. Their team bonus and military composition gives them great synergy with other civs that prioritize elephants like the Malay or Bengalis. The Gurjaras can play a great supporting role in the team games, raiding with their light cavalry and sniping onagers and archers, while cleaning any paladins that appear. Their real power will be in mobility, so open plains are essential. Do not take the Civ to the Black Forest. Pair the Gurjaras with civilizations that can death ball with their troops, something like the Khmer, as the Gurjaras' expertise lies in the cheap throwaway units. And whatever you do, do not fight the Civ with cavalry. You will not win.